Someone waits for me.
Welcoming you to the Bing Crosby Show with John Scott Trotter and his orchestra, Judd Collins with the Bears and Bing's guests, Hopalong Cassidy and Dinah Shore.
Well, I guess everybody's awake now. Huh?
Bing, what's the idea of packing a six-shooter? You showing off because Hoppy's on the program?
Listen, Palm Springs is a mighty dangerous town. In case of trouble, I aim to defend myself.
Defend yourself against what?
Why, you never can tell when you'll be attacked by a wild man-eating lion in this bird. And the old lion that jumps me is going to get it right between the eyes, boy. Whoop, sorry, lady. That fur coat fooled me.
Now, come on, Bing. Pull yourself together. There are no lions around Palm Springs.
No lions, you kidding? Don't you read the papers? Why, last week a 400-pound lion got loose at a party here. If you don't believe me, you can ask Sonia Henney, William Powell, Alan Jones, Charlie Burns. Any number of fellas is up there.
Yes, I did read about that.
There was a great big lion running around there.
Sure, I remember now. That lion got loose, got out of its cage at a big circus party out at Rogers Ranch Club.
Yes, in a case like that, Ken, it's perfectly all right to eschew etiquette and fan on out of there. Don't even have to bid your host and hostess good night. Just take it on the Arthur.
I wouldn't even wait to say good night to Irene. I was wondering, Bing, there were an awful lot of Hollywood people at that party. Why didn't you go?
Well, Ken, I don't mind going to a big party and having some half-gassed yocker back me into the corner and bore me to death, but I ain't going to go to any party where I'm going to get clawed to death. I don't know that.
Oh, nobody got clawed. Stuart Hopps, the fellow who gave the party, said everyone was excited, but they thought it was a lark.
Lark nothing, it was a lion. Claws, teeth, nasty temper, and everything.
Oh, Bing, why get so excited about a lion? After all, a lion is just a big, overgrown pussycat.
Just an overgrown pussycat. Huh?
That's right.
And along that same line of thinking, Mount Vesuvius is just a big, overgrown Alka-Seltzer. But I don't want to be around when it gets loose.
You're going to be there.
No, I ain't going to be anywhere near that.
Well, Bing, outside of worrying about the local lion situation, are you enjoying yourself here at the Springs?
Oh, Ken, I love it here.
Good. What hotel are you stopping at?
No hotel.
No?
No. I'm roughing it this trip. I'm staying at Bob Hope's house. How about a little music, Ken? What do you say? I got John Scott Trotter all prepped here. Got a very nice arrangement for the Rhythm Airs and myself of a great old tune called Way Down Yonder in New Orleans.
Well, what's that got to do with Palm Springs?
Nothing. It's a nice old tune. I'm going to sing it.
Well, go ahead.
John? Way down yonder in New Orleans, in the land of dreamy scenes, there's a Garden of Eden. Boy, what I mean. Creole babies with flashing eyes softly whisper with tender sighs. Stop, oh, won't you give your lady fair a little smile? Stop, you bet your life you linger there a little while. There is heaven right here on earth with those beautiful queens down yonder in New Orleans. Orange blossoms, sweet aroma, and the strains of La Paloma really put you into a coma, and the Cajuns all sway. Then you see a peacherino. Do you know what I mean? Oh, she can shake a mean tambourino while the Dixieland plays. Won't you give your lady fair a little smile? Stop. You bet your life you linger there a little while. There is heaven right here on earth with those beautiful queens way down yonder in old New Orleans.
It's a great old song. Wonderful thing.
the sun in the morning peeps over the hill and kisses the roses round my windowsill, then my heart fills with gladness when I hear the trill of the birds in the treetops on Mockingbird Hill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee-dee, it gives me a thrill to wake up in the morning to the mockingbird's trill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee-dee, there's peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill. Got a three-cornered plow and an acre to till, and a mule that I bought for a $10 bill. There's a tumble-down shack and a rusty old mill, but it's my home, sweet home, up on Mockingbird Hill.
Tra-la-la, tweety-dee-dee, it gives me a thrill to wake up in the morning to the mockingbird trill. Tra-la-la, tweety-dee-dee, there's peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill.
When it's late in the evening, I climb up the hill and survey all my kingdom while everything's still. Only me and the sky and an old whippoorwill singing songs in the twilight on Mockingbird Hill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee-dee, it gives me a thrill to wake up in the morning to the mockingbird's trill. Tra-la-la, twiddly-dee-dee, there's peace and goodwill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill. You're welcome as the flowers on Mockingbird Hill. On Mockingbird Hill. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Rhythm Airs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present Miss Dinah Shore.
Hi, Bing. Having fun here?
Oh, isn't Palm Springs wonderful,
Oh,
Dinah?
yeah.
I want to warn you about something, though.
What's that?
Keep your eyes open. Every now and then a lion gets loose around this town, you know.
Oh, that's why you're carrying the guns, huh?
You're darn tootin'. Gosh, last week a real vicious lion went on a rampage here, you know, at a party. A lot of Hollywood people there, too.
Oh, a lion wouldn't eat an actor. They like red meat. Fine talk.
I don't know, an actor'd make a nice hors d'oeuvre for a lion, then he could settle down to some red meat, you see. Just open up with an actor and then build.
Yeah. Gee, you know, if I'd been at that party when the lion got loose,
Yeah?
I'd have climbed way up on top of Gary Cooper where it was safe.
I guess the way up there you'd be safe, all right.
Be a nice trip, even if there wasn't a lion after me.
This trip is necessary, yeah?
Yes, sir.
I hear you're working at Paramount over at my,
Oh,
my plant over there.
That's right. I'm making a picture called Aaron Slick from Pumpkin Creek.
Aaron Slick from Pumpkin Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Darnies, that sounds like a highly dramatic thing. Who's in it, Orson Welles?
No, you're wrong. That's a comedy.
Comedy?
Sure.
Well, that's incredible. The title fooled me. It sounds like a very heavy dramatic piece. Well, Dinah, you're over at Paramount now, and I want you to know one thing.
What's that?
Anything I can do for you there, just let me know, huh?
Well, Bing, there is something you can do.
What's that?
Well, you see, we're building a house down here, and I was wondering if you could get me some of that furniture and drapes and stuff that's stamped property of Paramount Studios.
I tell you, Dinah, the next time Hope and I heist the joint, make a little midnight raid there, we'll give you some of our action, huh?
Good. I'll hold the lantern.
Yes, keep the motor running, too. What are you going to sing, Dinah?
I thought I might do an old tune, Making Whoopee.
Oh, well, you make Whoopee and I'll go over and talk to Hoppy.
All right. Another bride, another groom, another sunny honeymoon, another season, another reason for making whoopee. A lot of shoes, a lot of rice. The groom is nervous, he answers twice. It's really killing that he's so willing to make whoopee. Picture a little love nest down where the roses cling. sits alone most every night. He doesn't phone, he doesn't write. He says he's busy, but she says, is he? He's making whoopee. He doesn't make much money, $5,000 per. Some judge who thinks he's funny says you'll pay 6 to her. He says, now judge, suppose I fail. The judge says, budge right into jail. You'd better keep her. I think it's cheaper than making whoopee.
Just a moment, about your wardrobe. What goes on here? You in a snappy slack suit and argyles and flashy scarf and a rogue shirt and all.
Wait a minute, Bing. Wait a minute. I just thought I'd show these dapper dudes that I have some dazzling drapey duds, too.
Well, you are really a draped dude, is right. You ought to have your cowboy suit on. You ought to be wearing your guns, too.
It's too hot for the suit. Guns, what for?
This is wild lion country. You know that?
Oh, you don't need a gun for a lion.
Oh, you don't?
No, if a lion looks at you, you just look him straight in the eye.
Yeah, look him straight in the eye. Say, can I ask you something?
What's that?
Supposing about the time I get ready to look this lion in the eye, this lion has my head in his mouth. What do I do then?
Then look him straight in the tonsils.
Well, if I get in that deep, I don't care where I'm going. I just want to see where I've been. That happens to me, I'm going to pull out my 6-shooter and let him have it.
Bing, you don't have to worry about a lion. After all, a lion is just a great, big, overgrown putty tat.
Well, I don't want to run in any putty tats like that. What do you think of Palm Springs, Hop?
Oh, it's beautiful,
Isn't it
Bing.
lovely?
But you know, Bing, I think I'd have liked it a lot better in the old days when it was just a little desert village.
Well, you might be right, Hoppy. Of course, the Old West itself ain't what it used to be, so... You know what we ought to do right now? Why don't we show the folks what Palm Springs was like in the rugged old days? Way back before Charlie Farrell ever thought of the racket club. In fact, way back before Charlie Farrell was ever thought of.
Now, that's what I call going way back.
Now, wait a minute, Hoppy. Charlie is prematurely gray, you know.
Yeah, I used to be, too. Would you care to say anything?
I pass. I'd like some any color. Cerise, old rose, magenta. Listen, let's get off this hirsute discussion. Would you set the scene, Ken, for our little western drama?
Why, sure will, partner.
Go right in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, as our play opens, we find the little desert village of Palm Springs in a frightful condition. It's cloudy.
No!
Sheriff Cassidy has a tough job on his hands because much of the skullduggery and crime in the town is being perpetrated by a very slick varmint who keeps his identity hidden. Many folks think this dangerous criminal is a recent newcomer to Palm Springs named Nevada Bing Crosby. A rough, tough cowpoke who's quick on the draw and afraid of nothing.
I'm a curly wolf and it's my night to howl. Man, we can win the war with that gun.
At the beginning of our play, we pick up Nevada Bing and Miss Dinah Shore at her home, which is the Chi-Chi Bar X Ranch. Located a few miles from town. Overture, Mr. Trotter.
Miss Dinah, I hope you won't think I'm forward in saying this, but golly, you're the prettiest thing I ever seen poured into a pair of blue jeans. Honest, you are.
Thank you, Nevada Bing.
You
But I
really-
hadn't ought to accept compliments from an hombre like you. Daddy says you're a rustler.
Oh, now, Miss Dinah, we've been sitting here in the swing all afternoon. Did I act like a rustler?
Nope. This afternoon, you're more of a wrestler.
Say, tell me, Miss Dinah, how come you pull a gun on me every time I try to kiss you?
I draw my gun because my lips ain't meant for you. Nevada, you're just a black-hearted, low-down, cattle-stealing, bank-robbing scoundrel. And I should pull my gun right now and fill you full of lead.
Well, why don't you?
'Cause it ain't loaded.
Well, I'll be diddly-dad-burned. You mean I can kiss you, Dinah? Huh?
Now, come on, you wild, powerful, ruthless villain. Put your lips right on mine and kiss weak, shy, little old me.
Gosh, Miss Dinah, tell the truth, I'm scared.
Come and get it, Nevada.
Okay. Golly, my boots slipped off. Hey. Lordy, Lassie, you're lethal, ain't you? Miss Dinah, man, I asked you something. How about you and me getting hitched, huh? Let's get hitched.
Oh,
What's
Nevada,
that?
I love you, but Daddy says I can't marry you 'cause you're a rustler.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'll give your daddy back all the cows I stole from him if you'll just let me have you.
Well, that seems far and square.
Oh, look out, Miss Dinah.
What's the matter? What were you shooting at?
I thought I saw a booty tap.
You and that lion.
Oh, what he's done to me. Oh, here comes somebody.
Whoa, boy. Whoa, Topper. Howdy, Miss Dinah.
Howdy, Hoppy. Are you acquainted with Nevada Crosby?
I think so. Ain't he that low-down, good-for-nothing, murdering, thieving, beef shoplifter from Elko way?
Hey, you know, Cassidy, for 2 cents, I'd make you eat those words.
Okay, Nevada. Here's 2 cents.
Well, keep it. I don't want to get in a higher bracket right now.
Well, I'm taking you to jail.
You better smile when you say that, Cassidy. I'll fill this full of lead. Folks will think you can stake out claims on you.
Oh, simmer down, Nevada. You reach for your gun and I'll fill you so full of holes that when the wind blows, you'll play a piccolo solo.
In what key?
Listen, Nevada, why don't you surrender to the sheriff peaceful-like you did to me?
Well, I ain't going to kiss him.
You better hadn't, partner.
Let me ask you something, Cassidy. If I surrender peaceful like, will I get a fair and square trial?
Yes, sir. Right before we hang you, you'll get a foreign square trial. Now, come along with Hopalong.
Okay, Hopalong. Goodbye, Miss Dinah.
Oh, no, I'm going with you, Nevada. We can get married on our way to the jail and spend our honeymoon there.
But this man's a crook, Miss Dinah. You don't want that kind of a husband. If he don't hang, he'll be in the jail for at least 10 years.
Well, either way, I'll know where he is.
All right, let's get along.
Pardon me a minute, Sheriff. I'd just like to present my credentials.
What credentials, Nevada?
Right here. You'll find upon reading them that I'm not Nevada Crosby at all. In reality, I am United States Senator Harry Lillis Crosby.
Oh, are you really a senator?
That's right, honey. But you can call me San. See, Sheriff, I've been out here masquerading as a crook and a rustler so I could get the lowdown on the real crooks in this town. I'm taking this evidence back to Washington for investigation.
Well, Senator, you certainly fooled me.
Hoppy, I'm going to ask you to go back to Washington and testify for me. Of course, it'll be televised.
Well, I guess television won't hurt any.
It didn't hurt you any so far. Well, we better get along, Hopalong. Clients clamor for whenever the Guadalajara Trio is entertaining at the Dollhouse in Palm Springs. Oh, for just a chance to love you. Would I love you, love you, love you? To take you in my arms has always been my goal. Sure as there's a moon above you, would I love you, love you, love you, with all my heart and soul, with all my heart and soul. You ask me, would I love you if you let me? eyes that see, your eyes that know. Would I love you? What a question when I'm yearning so. Oh, for just a chance to love you. Would I love you, love you, love you? To take you in my arms has always been my goal. Sure as there's a moon above you, would I love you, love you, love you, with all my heart and soul, with all my heart and soul. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's our closer for this evening. Our heartfelt thanks to Hoppy, Dinah, for joining up with us here in Palm Springs this evening.
Oh, it was a lot of fun, Bing.
Wasn't it nice?
Oh, yeah. Who's going to be with you next week,
next
Bing?
week? Oh, I tell you what.
Come read your line.
Yeah, read your line, will you?
Who's going to be with you next week, Bing?
Great. Next week, Hoppy, I guess, is going to be Marilyn Maxwell, and also other talented and very stylish folk. Good night.
Tune in next week and hear Bing and his guests, Miss Marilyn Maxwell, Louis Armstrong, and Master Lindsey Crosby.